What's up, guys? It's City MMA. Your boy Bryson here with
Joey.
And today we're breaking down UFC Winnipeg in Canada, Burns versus Malott. Not a crazy card, to be honest, guys, but I do feel confident in hitting the parlay for you guys this week, and we got a really good 3 coming. All right, guys, we're breaking down 2 prelims for you. Can't lie, the prelims were pretty slim here, but I found 2 fights that I kind of like some plays on. So this first one's a bantamweight matchup between John Castaneda and Mark Vologden. Vologden's coming in at minus 105 and Castaneda minus 115, practically a pick'em. Castaneda does good at putting pressure on you. Lands 1.68 takedowns per 15 minutes on 37% takedown accuracy. He can grapple. He's fought way higher competition. He is coming in, though, at 9 years older than Vologden. Vologden's going to be at a big reach disadvantage, too, 71 inches to 65. But I like Mark Vologden here. I just think he's a dog. Throws some real powerful low kicks. Shows to have some great athleticism. Very aggressive. He lands 7.80 significant strikes per minute on 52% significant strike accuracy. Throws some clean teep kicks, I understand his takedown defense is really bad, in that Contender Series fight. But I think there's more to him. I think he's training tough, and I guarantee he knows, Castaneda can do that to him. And Castaneda will be the taller guy as well. Probably look a little bigger, but Mark Vologden has some real power. I wouldn't even play his money line, even though I'm picking him. I think I'd bet on this fight won't go the distance. That would be my play for this fight, and I think it's a really good one. Who do you got, Joey?
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a fun fight. Castaneda, he's pretty grapple heavy, but, he does leave his chin in the air. He lands 1.68 takedowns per 15 minutes, but on a terrible accuracy, 37%. Vologden, though, he might keep his hands low at times, but he has that iron chin on him, guys. He also, like Bryson said, throws some clean teep kicks. And I just see Vologden, masterclassing him. He's a little younger. Maybe start round 3 is not a lock for me, but I could see round 2, he just puts the pace on him, and Castaneda can't really handle that, especially from a young guy. So I got Vologden money line. All right, guys, the last prelim we're breaking down is a women's bantamweight matchup between Dara Zelesniakova and Melissa Croden. Zelesniakova at a plus 135 dog, and Croden at a minus 165 favorite. Guys, I saw Croden firsthand last time when I was in Vancouver, Canada. Grew up doing Taekwondo, transitioned to Muay Thai. She has a great Muay Thai clinch and decent takedown defense at 66%. Zelesniakova, she's been taken down every fight in the UFC, and she only has a 50% takedown defense, which is pretty terrible. I could see, a way for Croden to win here a lot of ways, honestly. Croden throws crazy head kicks, too. I got Melissa Croden in this spot. I just don't think she's going to lose. Easy bounce back spot for her, I think, personally. I got Melissa Croden money line and Melissa Croden decision. Who you got, Bryson?
I like Melissa Croden here a lot. She's fought girls like Cavalcanti, who's getting a big shot here soon. Lisboa, she fought. Then she had to fight Luana Santos last fight, in the apex, shorter cage. Really good wrestler and grappler. She was down for 9 minutes in that fight, but Zelesniakova is going to stand. She does not wrestle at all. Zelesniakova likes to blitz in and out on the outside. She does get very sloppy, though, when pressuring forward. She gets off balance a lot when she comes forward. I could see Croden, really hurting her and maybe getting her off balance. Croden also can mix in the wrestling. She lands 1.02 takedowns per 15 minutes on 50% takedown accuracy. Very physical, too. Uses her size to overpower you. I know Zelesniakova is also a really big girl, too. But I just think Croden, with the Canadian crown backing her. And, she said after that Cavalcanti fight, she wasn't able to do MMA full-time. Now she's all in. I know she's 34 years old, but in women's MMA, that's not too old, to be honest. Zelesniakova really hasn't fought in a long time. And, she got just good boxing and decent footwork, but she's not the complete package. I think Croden has more tools in her game, and I think being in Canada, they're going to edge her out with a decision here. So give me Croden and give me will go the distance and decision for Croden. All right, guys, to open up the main card in Canada, we got a featherweight matchup between Dennis Bazooka and Mauricio Barbosa. Barbosa's coming in at minus 450, and Bazooka is plus 340. This is a featherweight matchup, and Bazooka fought at 155 before. I'm going Barbosa here easily. 18 out of 19 fights haven't gone the distance. He has 16 first-round finishes, has deadly power in his hands. He's fought some good people on the regional scene. One that's pretty big is Gabriel Santos, who's a really good featherweight in the UFC. It's unfortunate for some reason. Maybe he had an injury or something. He hasn't fought since he beat Jack Jenkins. Barbosa, when he has you hurt, he goes to kill you. He has 100% takedown defense. I know that's not great because, it's great, but he's only had the Contender Series fight. Bazooka got knocked out pretty recently in his last fight, and now he's coming down to featherweight. I don't like that for his chin at all. Good defensive wrestling, 75% takedown defense, but I don't think he has to worry about that. He has decent offensive wrestling too. He trains with those guys, Barab, Aljamain Sterling, and the Cerro Longo gym up in, I think, New Jersey. He fights guys too close, though. Bad fight IQ. And I think this is a horrible matchup coming back off a long layoff for him. So give me Barbosa by knockout and Barbosa first round. I wouldn't even play the money line, guys. I think Barbosa is going to knock him out first round, and this is going to be a highlight reel spot for him. Who do you got, Joey?
Yeah, guys, I'm also picking Barbosa in this spot. I just think, when he lands, he's looking for the kill. And on the Bazooka side, he does leave his chin in the air, and he hasn't fought in the past 2 years, which doesn't play into his favor at all, guys. Barbosa, yeah, he's been on the regional scene. He's coming back, but he shows a crazy smooth feint game, and I can see him knocking his lights out. I got Mario Barbosa by KO as my lock. I just think Bazooka doesn't have it in him anymore, especially coming off the 2-year layoff. All right, guys, next up, we got a lightweight matchup between Thiago Moises and Gage Young. Gage Young at a minus 125 favorite and Moises at a plus 105 dog. Guys, this is going to be a fun fight, real close fight. Moises, he throws some powerful low kicks. He's a low-volume striker. He lands 2.48 significant strikes per minute on a 42% significant strike accuracy. But Gage Young, he is young, and he's different, guys. He mixes up his kicks to all levels, and his takedown defense is crazy at 71%. He shows to have a great gas tank on him, and he times his counter punches super well. It's going to be a really good fight. Moises, though, I just don't think he has that bag in him, even though he has fought elite UFC comp. I got Gage Young money line, and maybe I'm going to say Gage Young decision as my prediction. Who you got, though, Bryson?
I'm also going Gage Young here, and my bad, guys, I forgot, or Gage Young. I forgot to give you guys the first leg because I was so excited about the KO. And I'm telling you, we're giving you him as the money line, but please play the KO. We got Barbosa minus 450, and then Gage Young is our second leg at minus 125. Gage Young's a killer, guys. I think he's really good. Fought Sal killed really close. I thought he would get signed that same night. I don't believe he did. But, they called him up on a short notice in Kansas City. I was actually in Vegas at the time for that one. I actually picked Elvin Elder, too. But Elvin Elder, he's game, too. If he just fought a little more consistent, I think he might sneak up right outside that top 15. Gage Young, he's so young, man. Like Joey said, gosh, I'm saying it again. 25 years old. 78-inch reach. I liked the Elder fight. I like the Sal killed loss. I like how he's got those out the way. Then he went in China as the American, had to fight one of their big power punchers, Mahashate. I know Mahashate is not like anything crazy, and Moises' level of competition is really good. He's fought the likes of like Bobby Green, Jared Gordon, Islam Makhachev, BSD. But man, at 31 years old, he got a lot of damage. Nine losses, and most of those are by finish. And Young, he has some real pops when he's up close. Pops out a very slick jab. He can mix in his wrestling, too. He lands one takedown on 30% takedown accuracy. I know it doesn't sound great, but his wrestling looked a lot better against Sal Killed and Mahashate. He mixed it up. Elder was a little more boxing. He got some sneaky power, too. Moises, really good BJJ. If he gets his back, it's a little dangerous there, no doubt. He lands 1.31 takedown per 15 minutes on 35% takedown accuracy. So they both don't have great takedown accuracy. I see it, if anything happens, getting it on the ground. It might be off a scramble or maybe a clinch where someone sweeps the leg. But Moises struggles when under pressure, and Young will bring that here. He just comes forward. He keeps going. Great cardio on him. And I see him just doing the more damage and, throwing the more volume. So I think Young's going to come out here and win a decision. I'm just going to play the money line to be safe, though. So we got Barboza minus 450 and Young at minus 125. And we got the last leg coming up for y'all. All right, guys, I know it's not the featured fight, and we got that rat tail guy versus Herbert, but we're not breaking down that fight. I'm sorry. That would just waste your guys' time as well as ours. This should be the featured fight in our opinion, and we're breaking this one down for y'all. We got a flyweight women's matchup with Yasmin Yazdavicius versus Karine Silva. Silva's coming in at plus 250, and Yazdavicius is minus 310. Yazdavicius, we're going at minus 310. She's our last leg. So we got Barboza minus 450, but please play the KO. I can't say it enough. Young is at minus 125 and Yazdavicius at minus 310. So Yazdavicius fought way better comp. Manon Fiorot, Jessica Andrade, Natalia Silva when Natalia was making her debut. She hasn't lost since. That's not a bad loss. Same with Fiorot. Manon or Blanchfield. Oh, well, fuck. Yeah, Silva, too. Gosh, that flyweight at women's right now is stacked. It's impressive. Yazdavicius, really good offensive grappling. She lands 2.59 takedowns per 15 minutes on 44% takedown accuracy. Very strong when she gets on top. Does always looking for submission, some ground and pound. She's improving her technical boxing. I know her head movement's not great, and that's why she got knocked out last fight. But I can't fault her losing to Manon Fiorot. I just can't. I'm not going to die on that hill that she's done here. I know she's 37 years old, but it's in Canada. She's a 1-inch reach advantage, but 2 inches taller than Silva. Silva shows some very nice tricky jiu-jitsu. Awful, horrible takedown defense at 21%. I mean, that might be the worst in the women's flyweight who are ranked. Not overall. I bet you I could find a girl worse. But 21% is dreadful. She attempts 1.5 subs per 15 minutes. Silva always has the sub where she can go for it. And, she tends to get a choke or two in there every fight. But I just think she looks so bad against Barboza the last fight. Not to mention Viviana Rougeau dominated her with just a couple power punches and taking her down. So I like Yazdavicius here winning a decision in Canada. And maybe late sub, because Silva tends to get tired. Yazdavicius has good cardio. So who do you got here, Joey?
Yeah, guys. Yasmin is also someone I saw when I was in Vancouver. It was a real quick fight, but, she's a dog, guys. She'll keep coming forward no matter what. She'll keep getting hit. She'll come forward. She is, like Bryson said, improved on her technical boxing. She's really good on top, like Bryson said, and she's fought the better UFC comp, in my opinion. Silva, she is a solid striker. She has 48% significant strike defense, which is pretty good. But I can see this one where Yazdavicius tags her a couple times and just gets her down. Karine Silva also, she does do a good job at getting your back, but she loses a lot of her scramble attempts. So if she's the one who's taken down, I don't see her getting anything on top or anything too crazy. Yazdavicius is a different type of beast. She's a dog. I just got Yazdavicius money line, Yazdavicius decision, and that's my lock in this fight. All right, guys, we got the co-main event of the evening, a bantamweight matchup between Kyler Phillips and Charles Jourdain. Jourdain at a minus 155 favorite, and Kyler Phillips at a plus 130 dog. Guys, I've also watched Jourdain in person. He has very good jiu-jitsu. He's just a pretty solid and slick striker. He times his counter punches super well. But Kyler Phillips, he comes out crazy hot in the first round. He times his knees and head kicks super well. And I just think, he does fade a little bit after 1.5 rounds. I'm not picking a winner on this fight. If I will pick a winner at the end. But guys, it's gonna be a crazy fight. You pick who you want here. Kyler Phillips has great head movement though, and he also has great footwork. He mixes up his kicks super well. It's gonna be a crazy one. So it's a 50-50 fight on my end, but I got Jourdain money line, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Who you got, Bryson?
So I'm gonna have to go with the dog here. I like Air Jourdain, fire nickname, but he's fighting guys like David Grant, 39 years old. Victor Henry, I think, is like 36, 37. And yeah, he's 2-0 since going to bantamweight division, which I like for him, by the way. Featherweight was too much power. I mean, Jean Silva, they were throwing him some dogs, though, too. But Kyler Phillips, he's had to fight Vinicius Oliveira, Pedro Munez, Rob Font. Those were his last three. And he lands 5.04 significant strikes per minute on 42% significant strike accuracy. Phillips will throw head kicks, double low kicks, kind of like how we saw Padilla last week. Hit the right, hit the left, just keep going. Spinning kicks to the body. He does have good head movement and footwork. I do remember he hit 60% significant strike defense. He also can wrestle. People don't talk about that with Phillips' game. He lands 2.31 takedowns per 15 minutes on 45% takedown accuracy. Jourdain has 47% takedown defense, which I think is really bad. Jourdain does throw a lot of jumping punches / knees. I feel like almost a highlight finish will come in the third round for either of them. And Jourdain has better cardio, but does he? We haven't seen him fight a guy like Phillips yet. He's fought Jean Silva and those guys, but at bantamweight I'm talking about. He's fought two really old guys, and I picked him in both. I thought they were good matchups for him. He has 56% significant strike defense, Jourdain. He throws some powerful low kicks, too. I do really like his low kicks. Struggles when getting pressured, though, and that's going to be Phillips in the first round. I know he might not finish him because I don't even know if Phillips has a finish in the UFC. He might have one, but he definitely hasn't as of late. He tends to go to decision. But I think he's fought really good bantamweights, and I think it's going to be tough for Jourdain, his third fight in this weight class against a guy who's real game like Phillips. Phillips also trains with Tommy McMillan, Mario Batista, Sean O'Malley, coming out there in Arizona. So give me the dog money here at plus 130, and I'm going to go Kyler by decision. I know that's a little risky because he tends to lose the third round, but I think he can mix in the wrestling enough in the second to steal it, and then the first round I'm not even worried about. But if Jourdain starts swinging tough and tries to counter how Phillips starts in the first round real early, I think it's going to be tough for Jourdain late, and maybe Phillips just runs away with it. So give me the dog money at plus 130. I think he's a really underrated fighter and got this one in the bag. All right, guys, we got the main event of the evening. A welterweight matchup between Gilbert Durinho Burns and Mike Malott. Or Malott, yeah, I don't know, however you like to pronounce it. Burns is coming in at plus 310. Mallett's coming in at minus 400. On some books, I saw Malott at minus 7 or whatever. So, yeah, money's coming in on Burns and quick. I'm going Gilbert Burns here. I can't lie. I'm not betting this fight at all. And please do not bet on this fight, guys. I promise you, do not bet on this fight. Burns is a guy who's 39 years old, coming off 3 losses. But they're to JDM, Jack Della Maddalena, former champ, Sean Brady, former number 2 at welterweight, and now Michael Morales, who is number 2 at welterweight. So it's not like Burns ain't fighting some killers now. Mike Malott, he's fighting Charles Radke and Kevin Holland. I mean, the competition level is night and day. Yes, Mallett's catching Burns at a good time, but Mallett's 34 years old. This guy ain't got much in his career. Even if he beats Burns, he's going to have to fight one of these killers at welterweight like a Bilal Muhammad, which, I'll take anyone in the top 10 over Malott. Burns still has, a little something. He showed us in that Sean Brady fight, really tough defensive grappling, lasted 25 minutes, 5 rounds. Yes, he got knocked out by Michael Morales, but so did Sean Brady. I know it is a little tough because Burns said that knockout really gave him a bad concussion, and I know that goes in Mallett's favor. But Durinho has good grappling defense, which Mallett's great at grappling. He's fought the best of the best at welterweight. Bad takedown defense at 53%, but I don't think Malott shoots these tricky takedowns. He really goes for that trip leg and then will just try to get you down and land on top. But Dorino has really good jiu-jitsu. I don't think he wants to be on the ground for 5 minutes in a round with him. Chin's starting to crack more easily for sure. Can't lie about that. Malott mixes kicks to all levels, mixes them really well too. He'll throw a good body kick upstairs. Really good offensive grappling, and he lands 3.93 significant strikes per minute on 48% significant strike accuracy. Yes, his wins actually aged real well after this past card. Kevin Holland won and Radke. But let's be honest, those two aren't contenders. Burns is fighting like the next guy up because he has the name. I think he's going to be really motivated. You got Vicente Luque at an old age who just got a win as well from Killcliff MMA. Gregory Rodriguez is back on track. I know Ribovich lost, but he's still game. I mean, he fought Gamrot, one of the worst matchups the UFC could have made for Ribovich, which is messed up. And looking back at it, I'm sorry I gave you guys that pick, but give me Burns at plus 310. I think it's a great play. I'm not gonna play it though. Maybe I put it on a small one with him and another underdog I like. But yeah, give me Burns. Who you got, Joey?
Yeah, guys, this is going to be a crazy one. I also saw Mike Malott, whatever you want to call him, in Vancouver. He went to his first ever 5-round fight. He hasn't been battle tested yet. That's my scary part of him. He does land 3.93 significant strikes per minute, but only on a 48% significant strike accuracy. Gilbert Burns, on the other hand, guys, went on top. He has great jiu-jitsu, and he's also just super great in his control game. Bryson said, his chin is starting to fade. But, I mean, guys, he does have power in the hands. He's not like these guys he's fought before. He also lands 31.5% significant strikes per minute on a 48% significant strike accuracy. Gilbert Burns is very technical, and, when he picks his shots, he will make them. So give me Gilbert Burns money line, and honestly, give me Gilbert Burns by submission on a crazy parlay. But stick with the money line. Don't bet this fight. Like I said, and Bryson said, don't bet it. But if you did, money line Burns sub. Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Rain City MMA. We appreciate all your support, the likes, subscribes, comments. We do this every week for you. We got a 3-leg parlay cooked up for you as well. We got Barbosa at minus 450. Please don't play that. Play the KO. We don't have the odds yet, but please play Barbosa KO. We got Gage Young at minus 125. And last leg, Davicius at minus 310. Lock those in, guys, and we'll see you at the cash counter. We're hitting this week, I promise. Woo!